Darby Allin and MJF will main event AEW Double or Nothing in 2026. If you are new to AEW or simply weren't going to PWG shows in 2018, Nobody Kicks Out is here to catch you up so you can properly enjoy this match, and we are doing so in less than 3 minutes. Darby Allin is Sting's adoptive son, who is one part less articulate Steve-O and one part passionate babyface. Darby is at best a daredevil and at worst reckless. MJF is a rich dick, which sounds like a pretty run-of-the-mill gimmick if it wasn't for how Max shows cracks and weaknesses in his character, where his hidden vulnerability and insecurities start to show throughout his feuds, adding tons of interesting layers to his character. In 2018, at Limitless Wrestling, MJF beat Darby Allin by kicking him in the balls and beating him with a headlock takeover. Darby got revenge on MJF at PWG 16 in 2019 by hitting him in the balls and beating him with a headlock takeover.
This contest is over.
Fast forward through time, this wealthy sicko and some of his wrestling friends create a new company and hire both MJF and Darby Allin, where they finally clash in 2021. Leading up to the match, MJF said he would beat Darby Allin with a headlock takeover because, that one time in 2018. MJF uses his Dynamite Diamond Ring to cheat and then lands the basic wrestling maneuver and defeats Darby Allin. A couple years later, the two would find themselves in the ring together again at Double or Nothing 2023, this time in a 4-way match featuring the other 4 pillars of AEW, and MJF again won. And while one of those pillars would collapse and land in Ring of Honor, and the other would become less a pillar and more like scaffolding, Darby and MJF have remained at the top of the AEW card since then. In April, in a shocking win, Darby squashed MJF following a low blow, multiple coughing drops, and a fucking headlock takeover. He won the title. Leading into Double or Nothing, Darby has been defending the title twice a week on television, taking some of the sickest wrestling bumps anyone has ever seen in the process. But he always comes out on top. If you do nothing else, go out of your way to see Darby Allin defend the title against Tommaso Ciampa, which may be the best wrestling match of the year so far. Darby eventually goads MJF into a match that will take place at Double or Nothing.
You most vain piece of shit I ever met. I'm talking about your damn hair.
The hair stipulation at first seemed underwhelming, but Max has been cleverly showing how insecure he is through his character work. He is selling the stipulation so much leading up to the match that it's giving it a surprising weight. Oh yeah, and then there was this promo.
Darby Allin brags about climbing a mountaintop. When it comes to professional wrestling, Maxwell Jacob Friedman is the mountaintop.
And that is the story leading into Darby Allin versus MJF. Enjoy wrestling.